BAGHDADANKARA Reuters. More than 300 people were killed in Iran when a magnitude 7.3 earthquake jolted the country on Sunday, state media said, and rescuers were searching for dozens trapped under rubble in the mountainous area. At least 6 have died in Iraq as well. State television said more than 336 people were killed in Iran and at least 3,950 were injured. Local officials said the death toll would rise as search and rescue teams reached remote areas of Iran. The earthquake was felt in several western provinces of Iran, but the hardest-hit province was Kermanshah, which announced 3 days of mourning. More than 236 of the victims were in Sarpol Sahib County in Kermanshah province, about 15 kilometers 10 miles from the Iraq border. Iranian state television said the quake had caused heavy damage in some villages where houses were made of earth and bricks. Rescuers were laboring to find survivors trapped under collapsed buildings. The quake also triggered landslides that hindered rescue efforts, officials told state television. At least 14 provinces in Iran had been affected, Iranian media reported. Iranian Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei offered his condolences on Monday, urging all government agencies to do all they could to help those affected. Dancing buildings. The U.S. Geological Survey said the quake measured magnitude 7.3. An Iraqi meteorology official put its magnitude at 6.5, with the epicenter in Penjwin in Sulaymaniyah province in the Kurdistan region, close to the main border crossing with Iran. Kurdish health officials said at least 6 people were killed in Iraq and at least 68 injured. Iraq's health and local officials said the worst-hit area was Darbandikam district, near the border with Iran, where at least 10 houses had collapsed and the district's only hospital was severely damaged. The quake was felt as far south as Baghdad, where many residents rushed from their houses and tall buildings when tremors shook the Iraqi capital. "I was sitting with my kids having dinner and suddenly the building was just dancing in the air," said Majida Amir, who ran out of her building in the capital's Salahiyah district with her 3 children. "I thought at first that it was a huge bomb. But then I heard everyone around me screaming earthquake." Similar scenes unfolded in Erbil, the capital of the Kurdistan region, and across other cities in northern Iraq, close to the quake's epicenter. Cold weather electricity was cut off in several Iranian and Iraqi cities, and fears of aftershocks sent thousands of people in both countries out onto the streets and parks in cold weather. The Iranian Seismological Center registered around 118 aftershocks and said more were expected. The head of Iranian Red Crescent said more than 70,000 people were in need of emergency shelter. Hojat Garibian was one of hundreds of homeless Iranian survivors, who was huddled against the cold with his family in Qasr-e Shirin. People react following an earthquake in Sarpol Sahib County in Kermanshah, Iran. Reuters Tasnim news agency. 2 children were sleeping when the house started to collapse because of the quake. "I took them and ran to the street. We spent hours in the street until aid workers moved us into a school building," Garibian told Reuters by telephone. Iran's police, the elite Revolutionary Guards and its affiliated Basij militia forces were dispatched to the quake-hit areas overnight, state TV reported. Iranian Interior Minister Abdulreza Rahmani Fazli said some roads were blocked and authorities were worried about casualties in remote villages. An Iranian oil official said pipelines and refineries in the area remained intact. Iran sits astride major fault lines and is prone to frequent tremors. A magnitude 6.6 quake on December 26, 2003, devastated the historic city of Bam, 1,000 kilometers southeast of Tehran, killing about 31,000 people. Hospitals severely damaged on the Iraqi side. The most extensive damage was in the town of Darbandikhan, 75 kilometers east of the city of Sulaymaniyah in the semi-autonomous Kurdistan region. More than 30 people were injured in the town, according to Kurdish Health Minister Rekort Hama Rashid. "The situation there is very critical," Rashid told Reuters. The district's main hospital was severely damaged and had no power, Rashid said, so the injured were taken to Sulaymaniyah for treatment. Homes and buildings had extensive structural damage, he said. In Halabja, local officials said a 12-year-old boy died of an electric shock from a falling electric cable. Iraq's meteorology center advised people to stay away from buildings and not to use elevators in case of aftershocks. Turkey and Israel. Residents of Turkey's southeastern city of Diyarbakir also reported feeling a strong tremor, but there were no immediate reports of damage or casualties there. Turkish Red Crescent chairman Karim Konik told broadcaster NTV that Red Crescent teams in Erbil were preparing to go to the site of the earthquake and that Turkey's National Disaster Management Agency, AFAD, and national medical rescue teams were also preparing to head into Iraq. AFAD's chairman said the organization was waiting for a reply to its offer for help. In a tweet, Konik said the Turkish Red Crescent was gathering 3,000 tents and heaters, 10,000 beds and blankets and moving them toward the Iraqi border. We are coordinating with Iranian and Iraqi Red Crescent groups. We are also getting prepared to make deliveries from our northern Iraq Erbil depot, he said. Israeli media said the quake was felt in many parts of Israel as well. In a statement, Israeli Intelligence Minister Israel Katz said, "My condolences to the people of Iran and Iraq over the loss of human life caused by the earthquake." Iran refuses to recognize Israel. Writing by Pariza Hafizi, reporting by Raya Jalabi and Ahmed Rashid in Iraq, Bozorg Masharaftin in London, Tuvan Gumriku and Irem Cocker in Ankara, Dan Williams in Jerusalem, and Dubai Newsroom editing by Peter Cooney and Bill Tarrant, Larry Kinga Standards to Thomson Reuters Trust Principles.